Good morning, everybody. Oh no, you saw my secret stash behind me. Oh, it's freezing. Because it's currently Lifeday in Star Wars The Old Republic. Nice to see you all today. Hi. There's a lot going on today, and we'll be going over all the news before we start. Hi, everybody on YouTube. Hi, everybody on Twitch. Let's go take a look at the news about what's going on in the game and what you can participate in, because there's a surprising amount, to the point that I was actually a little confused when I logged in game. Today is Tuesday, December 12th. The sale of the day is the Darth Malgus lightsaber on sale for 2400 CC. It's very expensive, very notable lightsaber, though. There is lots of alternatives that are close enough that you could probably get a lot cheaper. Today is reset day, so Galactic Seasons has reset, PvP Seasons has reset, Conquest has reset, Reputation has reset, and weekly quests have reset, just like they do every Tuesday. The most recent update is update 7.4. I am currently still working on the story for this one. There's surprisingly quite a bit when you add the story from the main story, and then the geothermal plant, and then apparently the Imperial side and the Republic side are different from each other for the main story. Like they follow the same route, but they have a different intro that I want to play that. And the Basilisk droid is a whole story of its own, so I haven't even finished it all. What is Lifeday? Brick Motion, great question. We'll probably be going over that soon enough. Currently the swoop event is running. Intizar wants to know if it's snowing in California. I'm pretty sure California's pretty big, goes all the way up north, and it has mountains and stuff, so I'm pretty sure it's snowing somewhere, but it sure as heck is not snowing at my house. There's zero snow. And don't forget, I'm Canadian, so I know what snow looks like. But you see, I dressed up real cute for you guys. I'm all ready to go. This is the kind of thing I would wear in Canada, except like 14 more layers. This would be not warm enough at all in my hometown of Canada. My hometown? Why did I say that? So the swoop event is running right now, which was a little confusing when I logged in, because there's the Lifeday event going on and also the swoop event. So if you see the swoop event box, that's not for Lifeday. I saw a wonderful little post on Reddit. Someone was saying, let's see, a wonderful little post on ineligible for Lifeday conversation. I got a level 80 character who only has a story quest and the AirTech Coral missions active. I'm being told I'm ineligible for Lifeday newscaster conversation. Hey, is the newscaster box you are talking to actually the swoop event box, which I think is once per character? They're both running right now. It's kind of crowded. Maybe? We're not sure. Is it melting hot in Australia? I would assume so, right? Have yourself a merry little Lifeday. Dee Dee, thank you very much. Thanks for your nice wishes. Let's keep going over the news. So Rackle event will be coming up later in the year once you're sick of all this cute Lifeday and swoop racing stuff. The Double XP event is something many of you are excited about and will be coming up on December 24th. Lifeday, which we will absolutely be talking about today, and I'll probably be running today, is running until January 9th. It just started today. PvP Season 4 is currently running. I decided to take a break from PvP because there's a little too much with everything else going on. Galactic Seasons is also currently running, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I looked again at the Galactic Seasons objective, and I was really disappointed to see that once again, they did a week where there's no big group activities, and strangely last week there was like 500 group activities, like almost to the point that we couldn't finish them all. So yeah, DCH, there's no group content, so we won't be doing objectives for Galactic Seasons for Galactic Seasons this week, and that's because there is none. Yeah. We did have a wonderful little post about story updates. So this player gave a review of the story. It was just kind of their honest thoughts. There wasn't anything rude about it, just like sharing what they thought about it. One of their biggest complaints was the lack of returning players. So very specifically, they mentioned, we're going back to Ord Mantell. Why did the most quote-unquote important companions to Ord Mantell not make any sort of return? Pepper, look at the claim button on the top right of the GTN. It changed very recently. So they said, why didn't Eric Jorgen and Corso Riggs, who are integral to the story that you play on Ord Mantell as a trooper and a smuggler, why don't they have anything at all? They said, if the voice actors were unavailable, that is perfectly understandable, but not even a letter? No, sorry, do not pass go, do not collect 200 credits. This is just shockingly incomprehensible. The players have been pleading for more letters since JUS? What is the bloody problem? Okay, it was a little bit rude. But, okay, slightly more disappointed than I originally thought I was. Calming down now. The story wasn't bad at all. So they basically gave a kind of honest review of what they thought of the story, and it wasn't just complaints, it was like actual criticism of what they liked and disliked about it, which is actually super useful to the devs. As long as you're not just saying, I hate everything, which is not useful at all. And you're not saying, go die in a fire. That's also not useful. So I'm here, I'll move this over a bit so you guys can see it better. Hacking the main brain, people. Margin left 100 pixels? Yeah! You know? Yeah. Margin right? 100 pixels? Max width 100 pixels? Yeah, there you go. Okay. And this is from Caitlin Sullivan, who is the lead writer for the game. So I'm going to be going through this, and then I'll do my best to catch up with chat. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts on what you played so far in 7.4. I'm glad you found a fair amount of things to enjoy. Since I was tagged, I'd like to take this opportunity to pull back the curtain slightly and look at why certain narrative threads do and do not end up in the final product. I am comfy and cold at the same time. Story was short. I also agree with that. It's been short the last few. Well, it's been okay, actually. I feel like Runic was pretty okay for length for a update. Don't forget, these are not expansion stories. They're not supposed to be that long to start with. And don't forget, it does include the main story, the Basilisk droid, as well as the Geothermal droid, and the main story is on both factions. So until you've played all of those, don't tell me it's short. But if you have played all of those, feel free to judge it. First, the most important thing to remember is that SWTOR is a big game. I know y'all know this already. Oh, sorry. I know y'all know this already, but I'm reiterating it anyway because it's a big game. All caps, periods after each word. There are so many narrative threads, different character arcs, story permutations, big decisions that you'll experience from the second you arrive on the starter planet for your origin story. However, when you compare the vast amount of potential narrative foundations to the resources we have to build on them, we have to be very mindful. Even for the things that seem like a no-brainer, like the examples you pointed out, like send a mail, we have to be very cognizant of where we spend our finite time and effort. The more resources a piece of content uses, the wider breadth of the audience it has to be relevant to. A letter from a specific companion, even one that makes narrative sense to include, will only reach a portion of the audience, but it requires writing, feedback, collecting, editing, revising, implementing, scripting, documentation, localization, and testing. Oh my god, I didn't even think about half of those. On the other hand, a class-specific line in a KOTOR-style scene also reaches only a portion of the audience, but it has a considerably smaller impact on time and resources. A similar example that you mentioned, choosing recognizable characters from the Agent, Inquisitor, and Warrior origin stories to appear on Port Nowhere. If an option exists to kill a character, as is the case for many of the notable characters from these origin stories, including them in the story means writing double the lines, recording double the dialogue, which snowballs into additional cinematic design, scripting, and testing tasks. Now, all that isn't to say that killable characters will never be included. We've included several of them at the forefront of recent updates, which they were very nice and didn't spoil which, but it does partially inform our decisions. If we include a character with the potential to be so narrowly recognized, their inclusion in the narrative must be especially meaningful, even to players who do not recognize that character. Also, prioritizing content that has the widest impact across all players means our range of content can be polished for our necessary quality standards. All that was a lot of words to say that when we're considering the narrative threads to include into content, we view all the options through this multifaceted lens of cost versus impact. We choose what to include based on what fits our narrative goals, has a meaningful and far-reaching impact, and won't be a detriment to scope, cost, and quality in the ways that I've described. As humans with a finite amount of resources, that sometimes means we can't include everything we'd like, but these stories aren't forgotten, and they still mean as much to us as they do to y'all. So, wow. Okay, Corso, I don't know. It could be just that a ton of people hate Corso. He should be killable, you know? But yes, Eric Jorgen is someone who may not survive the journey depending on your choices. So I am totally guilty of having the same mindset of the person who made this original post. I did see a spoiler that Eric Jorgen wouldn't be involved in this story on Ord Mantell, and I was a little like, oh, sad. Not even a little bisou, not a little or anything, nothing. But I didn't, I was like, they could just send a letter, but I didn't realize how much is involved even for just a letter. And part of that is, I don't know if there's a specific word for it, folly of your own experience. Like, I do this and this and this. Why can't someone else just do that? And because their situation isn't the same as what you do. So for example, I write guides. I write so much. And I add all these little sections that are maybe not necessary, but I think are useful. I just slap them in and call it a day. Like, I could write a letter. I could write a letter from Eric Jorgen right now. I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. But I could, right? But I didn't think of all the other steps that are involved beyond just writing. I bet you Caitlin Sullivan Kelly, the lead writer for this game and lead narrative designer, could just whip up, like off the top of her head, could whip up an Eric Jorgen letter. But in addition to that, you also have to, one, note the fact that Eric Jorgen is such a nice cat. I hate him. One, not everyone even knows who Eric Jorgen is, so why spend cost, time, labor on him? Two, it requires writing, feedback collecting, editing, revising, implementing, scripting, documentation, localization, and testing. Oh my god, like that is... I have to do like 2 to 3 of those. Basically, I do 2 of those plus a step that they don't have for my website. And I didn't even think about a majority of these. Like, I don't even think about localization for things like letters. Can you imagine if they decide to send out like a letter from each companion, each update? That'd be like what, 8 times 8? Or 6? 6 times 8? I can't do that one in my head, I'm sorry. No, I can't. I believe in myself. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Oh, I thought it was 48, but I didn't want to say the wrong number and get made fun of. Thing is, they wrote us a letter from complete rando NPC Fia about her son, neither of whom we met or cared about. Good news is, at least everyone will have something to do with Fia, and she doesn't have to like fit into the future or past story. I'm wondering if that could be a narrative to the rest. I don't know. I haven't actually checked those out. I have to take a peek, you know? It could be more relevant to something coming down the line too, for all we know. Or not. I don't know. I haven't played the story yet. Okay, so yeah. It was a really kind of an eye-opening one for me when I was reading it before I started up, especially this specific list. And I think this is really cool. I think this is really cool that they pulled back the curtain and really gave a list, because like all of us can kind of think, oh, it's probably they didn't include it because it's time and labor and costs. But then the way when you say it that way, it's just like, they're being cheap, you know? Like, just do it. But then it really puts it into context. So I liked being able to read it. And she also talked a bit about some stuff we already knew, like the idea that some characters are maybe not here anymore, or they have different outcomes and stuff like that. They really kind of painted themselves into some corners by being able to kill your companions. Patty says, wait, what is this that we're reading? This is a post from the developer, Caitlin Sullivan Kelly, who is the lead narrative director, basically the main writer for the game. And she broke down kind of why we didn't see Corso and Eric Jorgen in this kind of in the newest story in a really useful way. If you want to read it, I've linked it for you in chat. Depending on your choices, isn't there a chance that Jorgen isn't the story? Correct. Right. Exactly. They talked a bit about that in here. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers, but he may not be available to send that letter to you, or may not want to. The main story is too short. The Datacron is way too long and annoying. Sundammer, I'll accept it. Oh, Tronic's still playing the story, so I'm going back up in chat now. I'm gonna jump in game while I do that. Are you outside? No, I'm just cold. Lots of snow in Sweden. Oh, I love the cozy and sweater and hat. Right, part of this just for show. Part of it's just cute. Part of it's the hat. I was like, oh yeah, I actually want to wear that. It's kind of cold. It's Christmas time, says Jamalman. I have now watched all 11 Star Wars movies. Maybe I should hit something. Wait, why is there no light warhammers? I need one of those. A big, large hammer that is a lightsaber. Take my money. Where are you? Give me my light warhammer. Hey, look, contact the Cartel Market team. I'm sure they'll hook you up. Pepper says, Pepper, did you ever find your GTN item? I'm not up to date on the expansions. I recently started a smuggler, which is level 80. And I'm just gonna go through everything. I put a lot of work into the character, LMAO, so I definitely need to play it. Have fun! JR says, I love these dev posts where they discuss their thoughts, choices, and limitations. Me too. It gives me a lot of context that I'm missing, and I feel like devs don't talk about it enough, except on like Twitter, which is not always the best format for presenting long form. Yeah. Oh my gosh, is Fia actually a Padawan on Tython? That's funny if so. 11 Star Wars movies, 9? And then Rogue One. And Solo? Yeah? We don't watch the holiday special here. We tried. We failed miserably. Pepper wants to know, which story do you find the best? Oh, of the class stories? I think the Imperial Agent one is the best one to me. But the one I always come back to play is the Inquisitor story. We had some funny comments from Seeker. Seeker said, when they first came into YouTube chat, yes, Lifeday, glorious Lifeday to all, glory to the Empire. Listen, do you think the Empire really celebrates Lifeday, or is it just like a tool of oppression? Question mark? Oh, Tinsumi wanted to know what the crazy music playing is. I'll paste that over for you right now, Tinsumi, if you're still here. I'm just catching up. Why are we talking about smelling fear in YouTube? The holiday special should still be on YouTube if everyone's brave enough to watch it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to. I may be in the minority, but I don't really care for the MMO aspects of the game, says Evelyn on YouTube. I just want to see more story-driven Star Wars. Yeah, well, unfortunately you made a mistake and invested and enjoyed a story that was part of a MMORPG primarily. It is kind of crazy that the story in Star Wars The Old Republic is so intriguing, is so draws you in as a player, especially with your character and the way they look and the way you get to customize them and feel really a part of the story and grow in power over time from a Padawan all the way up to whatever you become. In the end, though, you do have to remember it's an MMORPG. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's not a single-player story. I would say, if you want a single-player story, go play the single-player Star Wars stories, but I assume you probably already have. A lot of us who play this game really love Knights of the Old Republic. A lot of you really like Jedi Survivor. Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder. A lot of you love the movies, so you can't self-insert your character quite as much. Spookums, thank you so much. A happy Jub Life Day to you too, bud. Ah, so cute little pom-poms. Oh my god, could I put a Jub as a pom-pom on top of my hat? And I'm sure some of you are excited for Outlaws as well too. But yeah, in the end, SWTOR's one of a kind, and you can't. There's no replacement for it that is truly a single-player game. But yeah, they talk. I don't know if you caught, Evelyn, the earlier part of the discussion today, but the developers have limited time resources, and they have to kind of allocate them. And because it's not a single-player game, they can only allocate it so much towards story, and in addition to all the other stuff going on in the game. But if there wasn't the additional stuff going on in the game, this game would not be 10 years old, and it wouldn't be actively updated even 12 years? Oh, we're at like 11 years later, 12 years later? I think we're getting close to 13 in a few days. I'm bad at keeping track. Pepper says, want to do some Master Flashpoint tech? No! I want to throw snowballs! So today, we're gonna play Lifeday! And I didn't even get the chance to play Lifeday last year. I can't remember what was going on, but there was a lot going on for me. And that means the last time I played it was 2 years ago. I don't really remember what was going on. So would you guys like to watch a video about Lifeday? Because I want to learn how it works, because I don't remember at all. Let's go. Ba-dum. Welcome to the Academy, a series focused on the basics of Star Wars: The Old Republic. The Lifeday event is a limited time event in Star Wars: The Old Republic that only takes place once a year in the winter. The event focuses on the fictional Star Wars holiday of Lifeday, allowing you to throw snowballs, hug Wookiees, and earn holiday-themed rewards. You can participate in the event as early as level 10. You just need to complete your first planet and reach the Republic or Imperial fleet. Unlike the other limited time events, the Lifeday event has no quests and is not very involved. Players often participate in the snowball throwing part of the event while doing flashpoints, operations, PvP, or just while hanging out on the fleet. To start the Lifeday event, head to the Galactic Trade Market section of the Republic or Imperial fleet, near the GTN, and speak to the Master of Ceremonies vendor. He's got a big red robe and a funny hat. That's one of the things I was trying to remember. Is there like a quest that you start for this one? So strangely enough, the answer is no. You can actually jump like right in. So for anyone who has been asking, what is Lifeday? How do I participate? Here you go. Just go to the Galactic Trade Market section of the fleet and you're looking for a pile of people like this, likely, and you're looking for Santa. Look for Santa vendor. There's no quests or cutscenes. Instead, you can jump right into the event by buying the item called Lifeday Snowball Bomb, which only costs 1,000 credits. The Snowball Bomb allows you to select another player, then use the item, which will cause your character to throw a snowball at them. The goal of the event is to gain snow-covered parcels, which are the currency you can use to buy the holiday-themed rewards available from the Master of Ceremonies vendor. Every time you throw a snowball at another player, who you haven't thrown a snowball at recently, you have a chance to get a snow-covered parcel. Snow-covered parcels are a legacy-bound currency, and you can view how many you have in the currency tab of your inventory. By the way, if you happen to have old snow-covered parcels from before 2020 in your inventory rather than your currency tab, and aren't able to spend them, you can fix this by mailing them to one of your other characters. Once the second character takes them out of their mailbox, the parcels will be converted into legacy currency, which can be spent at the vendor. You can throw snowballs at almost any type of character you can select. Another player, their companion, your companion, vendors, any enemies, turrets, non-player characters walking around, class trainers, crew skill trainers. As long as you can click them, and they have a nameplate, you can throw a snowball at them. You have a 15% chance of getting a snow-covered parcel when you throw a snowball at a character that does not already have your snowball buff showing near their character portrait. If a character already has your snowball buff, you can still throw a snowball at them, but you have a 0% chance of getting anything from them. It'll wear off after about 5 minutes. If another player throws a snowball, that's very interesting. You can kind of tell this is an older video. I didn't like... What year is this from? This is from 2 years ago. I didn't like show the buff and debuff. I didn't like zoom in on it and show you exactly what it looks like. It's these little snowballs right here. At a character that already has your snowball buff, the buff will become their buff, and you can throw another snowball at them without having to wait. By default, you can't see if the snowball buff is from you or another player, but you can turn on a setting that highlights buffs that were applied by you. Press Escape, choose Interface Editor, click on the target frame, which will be kind of in the bottom right where your enemy's face appears, checkmark the Highlight Buffs checkbox after scrolling down in the middle, and press Save. Your Lifeday Snowball Bomb has a 15-second cooldown before you can throw another snowball. You can also purchase the Lifeday Snowball Cannon item from the Cartel market for 500 Cartel coins, or from the GTN from other players with credits. This item is very similar to the Snowball Bomb item, but it only has a 7-second cooldown. You can use both the Snowball Cannon and Snowball Bomb together to speed up your snowballing. You can drag the Snowball Bomb item in your inventory onto your quick bar, so you don't have to constantly open your inventory to throw a snowball. You can even keybind your snowball throwing ability once it's on your bar. Alacrity speeds up your snowball throwing. The higher your alacrity stat, the lower the cooldown will be on your snowball ability, down from the original 15-second cooldown. So you could make a super alacrity snowball throwing set if you wanted. You can throw a snowball at your companion by backing up as you throw it, and they'll receive the buff.
I'm gonna do it this year. I'm gonna do it.
Their character portrait to remove it, allowing you to throw another snowball at them. Players often snowball everything that moves while doing other content like flashpoints or operations. If you're more of a solo player, you can put a bunch of companion decorations down in your stronghold and throw snowballs at all of them. On Coruscant, Dromenkas, Nar Shaddaa, and Mek-Sha, you'll also be able to find Lifeday gift droids. These droids have a chance of turning into overheated Lifeday droids. Throw snowballs at the overheated Lifeday droids for a chance of getting some hollow tree decorations in addition to snow-covered parcels. Throwing snowballs at the overheated droids can be very efficient, and I'll explain why later. You can see which droids are overheated by their nameplate. They have a small visual difference on their shoulders, but it's hard to see, especially when everyone is throwing snowballs. There are a ton of Lifeday droids on Nar Shaddaa, and that's where players usually head to.
Can I go play now?
The droids.
Whoa.
Look for a large group of players.
Okay, I'm done. We can do a snowball, okay. I want to make that alacrity set now. Okay, so when does Lifeday last to? Swtorista.com/events. Check that out. It lasts until January 9th. 2024, so quite a while. Yeah, quite a while. Let's go see Mr. Santa Claus. He's in the Galactic Trade Market section of the fleet. So I have my map open on the right here. It even has the little labels, or you can open the big map. Whichever one floats your boat. Walk on over. Enjoy the festive decorations on the fleet. Oh, I love it. Today I said I was honestly not paying attention. I was working on something. You're supposed to learn about Lifeday. Here he is. Here's Santa. And Santa this year actually also has a new item a new set of items that you might not have gotten yet. So there's a new Lifeday event that you can. Oh, that's hilarious! They made the gloves the most expensive part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. That's certainly a hat. But ignoring the hat, it's quite a cute outfit. They used some of the new specularity technology, it looks like, to make the jacket glossy. And it does. Oh, it looks like I do actually have some snowballs to spend. How many do I got here? I only have 89, so not enough for like a full set yet. But we can start buying it, start filling it with alacrity, right? Swtorista Claus, yes, and apparently there was a wonderful little post by Cal from Today in Tor that I didn't know about, and I don't know if I would have noticed otherwise. Oh, I want to zoom in more. Zoom. The gloves, which cost 55 tokens, are actually covert gloves, so they show your fingers. And more importantly, and for the first time ever, which is really interesting, they have a ring on your finger. I'm quite surprised about that. I'm curious if there's gonna be like some weird bugs with like male body type 4 or something like that where the ring is floating. Isn't that cool? I don't know if they like did something different to make that possible or what. God, it's noisy right here. Quiet Lifeday people. Yeah, super interesting. So a couple of you have been asking about a collections unlock sale. Are we gonna get one? We don't know. We could not. They didn't do one for Black Friday. Wait, when's Black Friday? Did it already happen? Yes. They didn't have one for Black Friday. They didn't have one for Cyber Monday. They didn't have one for the launch of the update. They, as far as I can tell, didn't do one for Lifeday, but who knows? They still might do one in the future. No idea. Or they may never do one again. Just have to keep your eyes open and hope for the best. That's just a dancer glove without the backhand armor. Oh, you might be right. Actually, with that said, hang on. The dancer outfit you get from the social vendor, the fleet has a ring glove too. Oh, so this is technology that's been in the game since the launch of the game, and we are only now getting rings only now in 2024? Oh wait, we're 2023. My bad. Does George approve of Lifeday? Oh, I'm sure he does. Mr. Lucas, I'm sure, loves it. Is Lifeday always on this date? It's always around this time of year in the game. It's not always on the exact same date. Actual Lifeday date? Is there an actual date? I don't know if it has an actual date. The first Star Wars Holiday Special aired in November 17th, 1978, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's when Lifeday is. I don't know. That's usually when, like, corporate celebrates it, like Disney, you know? Rings on fingers in this timeline? Right, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, you could propose to Kikira with this ring, yes, but it's also on her right hand, on her ring finger, and her pinky, so it's not quite the traditional ring there. I wish we had Lifeday war zones. Wouldn't that be funny? Ricochet does have a character with 1.3 global cooldown for snowball tossing. That's awesome. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to start making my Alacrity suit. And I'm going to fill her up. Let's see. Do I have enough for more than one piece of gear? Currency. I have... How much left? I spent some and I have 59 left. Oh my gosh. We can get the gloves, people. We have achieved glovedom. What I really wanted to actually earn snow-covered parcels for was actually the newer decorations. They weren't introduced this specific update, but they were something I didn't have a chance to earn / get last time because I didn't get a chance to really play around Christmas last year. Oh my gosh, I have a whole bunch of mails from doing this story earlier. Okay, so now I should buy a snowball like the guide said. Oh, Shelby says no collection sale? Hang on. What did it say? Oh, there was a post. Hang on, did that like just happen or did I miss it earlier? Dev tracker. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, she just posted it 17 minutes ago. Got it. Thank you, Shelby, for linking it. Saw a few questions about what sales events are happening this month and during the holiday break. We are rolling out a different sales format this year, so I'm going to be breaking them down below for clarity and so you all know what to expect the coming weeks. Keith! Keith, how dare you come in my stream and leak info that you hadn't verified yet? And then it's not true because it got changed somewhere along the way. Have a great day, Pepper. Have fun. Have fun playing your smuggler. Thank you, Loco. Thank you very much. Destin says, I love the chaos in the background. There was a lot. Are Wookiees everywhere? Yeah, they sure are, if you look around. They're going to be all over the fleet, and I think on Mek Shaw and maybe Nar Shaddaa. Lifeday starts today. Double XP will start December 24th. So here's the sales. The Coruscant Cassidy strongholds are discounted to 12 credits, down from 5,000 until the next game update. So, if you're on, especially Shavis Lug, go pick up your stronghold now. In lieu of collection unlock and character transfer sales, players can expect to see special 30 to 50% off discounts on anniversary and daily sales on some of the most popular items in the Cartel market. Oh, okay. Below is a breakdown of all the starting dates for each of these sales. To celebrate Lifeday, we'll be running unique daily sales beginning on December 13th to December 20th. 30 to 50% isn't even that much though, right? Oh, it's... I want like an 80% off sale for if I'm buying new items versus collections. Hey there, Sea Doodle. What a name. Remember, you can get your own Wookiee for your stronghold. Yeah, that's one of the ones I want to go get. So... Lifeday Tinsel Bomb, Lifeday Surprise Toy, Lifeday Robes, Merry Ice Chomper, Lifeday Snowball Cannon, Lifeday Orb Toy, Festive Tauntaun Mountain, Lifeday Fireplace will be discounted on various days throughout the month. The below are special anniversary sales and will run from December 20th to January 4th. XP Boost for sale that literally nobody should ever buy because you get so many for free from the story. Commander's Compendium 3-pack. Could be worth it if you don't want to buy the Master's Datacron. Or sorry, the one you get with Black Projects. Master's Datacron and Equipment Bundle. This one might be a sale worth taking. It was always 2,000 Cartel coins, and then they upped it back to 3,200, and then if it's half price, it'll be 1,600, or they might just minorly discount it back to 2,000. Dexton's armor set, Cecile Shan's dual saber, Darth Null's lightsaber, Tilak Ward's lightsaber, just some fan favorites, I guess. We're featuring some of the popular items from December 21 to January 4th. These are the daily sales. Oh, and just some stuff is being sold with a discount day by day too. But you get to know the date, interestingly enough. I hope this breakdown is helpful and that y'all enjoy the holiday sales coming up. The first reply 2 minutes ago says this was pretty lackluster. Why not have category-based sales as you have had for many years and no collections unlocked sale either? Just sad. So much for buying CCs again this year. Save your money, people. It's not worth it. Oh, I'm sorry, Cryptic, but I'm under the same opinion. I wonder why they decided to do this. So some things they have changed, and I thought it was very smart. So if you go to Swtor.com/buy, one of the new things... Oh, Swtorista.com/buy does not exist. Sorry, I'm so used to typing Swtorista.com/buy. Oh my god, I can't do it. I did it. We're here. Pepper wants to know, do stuff I have bought go to different servers so the items I bought from the Cartel Market go to a different server? Sort of, Pepper. That's actually kind of related to what we're talking about right now. So you'll notice, if you bought an item in the Cartel Market, it will be in your collections. And you can pay extra Cartel coins to unlock it across your entire account. So basically, let's see if I can find one. I could pay 60 Cartel coins, and it would then be available on all servers. Hey there, HB. Hey there, Justin. So sort of. Yeah, you don't want to buy Swtorista? She's not for sale. That's right, I'm priceless. Oh my god. So one of the things they pretty quickly introduced was, when they moved over to Broadsword, was their own bundle. Previously, you could only get a subscription bundle by going to Origin or going to... what was the other one? Maybe on Amazon for a while. But they introduced their own that had a unique mount, that had a good Cartel coin and subscription time, and basically a good deal for both the player and for them. Like, they weren't like losing money compared to normal subscriptions, which was pretty cool. So that one I was like surprised, and it was a really good choice. Aren't you hot? No, I'm actually kind of cold. I don't know if you can see me fidgeting around. It's because I'm moving the heating pad between my feet and my lap. Oh, have fun, Pepper, yeah. So collections is account-wide, not legacy-wide, which is awesome. Kelly has cold winters. Let me, hang on. Let me go look at the weather right now. Weather. Oh! Oh, it actually is a little bit cold. Okay, so I'm not being too much of a whiny baby. It is currently 44 degrees American Fahrenheit, or 7 degrees Canadian. So it's not freezing, there's no snow, but it's not warm. We're used to like 70 being the coldest. Why is it so freaking cold today? What happened? Oh, I see. It'll get warmer later in the day. It'll get like 70-ish. It's okay, yeah. So give me a break. Give me a break. Listen, I'm gonna go in my attic and insulate at some point. I'm not there yet. Leave me alone. 44, that's balmy and warm. Right. I used to live in Canada, Vector. Mr. Swtorista really likes to make fun of me. He says you fit in just fine with all the Californians and their weather intolerance. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just as whiny as they are now. I fit in just fine. Just fine. Oh my goodness, all of you are posting how cold it is where you actually live. Sorry. Teammate says, I've been playing on the new server and I'm planning to buy as many armors from the GTN there because they're cheaper and unlocks for my main server. Interesting, Teammate. A teammate says, I wonder if that's part of the no collection sale. Could be. Could potentially be. There's a lot of reasons separately, like without ignoring the Shea Vizsla, to put or not put a sale. So when you don't put a sale, people will eventually buy stuff at full price, right? If something's ever on sale, if somebody wants something, for example, collections, they will eventually get it anyway at full price. They'll just decide this is the value of it. It's never going to change. I'll just buy it. However, if you post a sale, they might buy more than they would normally. So they have to figure out what that balance is, and they have numbers to back that up somewhere along the way. I don't have nothing. I got nothing. I don't know how much you crazy people spend on collections or don't spend. But I will say on the new Shea Vizsla server, obviously things are cheaper, but it's also harder to earn credits by selling items. So Teammate, out of curiosity, do you feel that you spend less time earning the credits that you have to spend on Shea Vizsla to get those armors. So for example, a couple of months ago, we did our math about how many credits we can earn per hour, and we figured out we can earn about 35 million per hour. I think it's gone down between 25 to 30 million per hour, or every 2 hours or something like that. And then you could see what you could buy with that. And then on the Shea Vizsla server, it's the amount you can earn per hour is a lot lower as an average player without playing the GTN, if that makes sense. We did our calculations based on selling the items that you need for rare augments, so the OEMs and RPMs, but on Shea Vizsla, the demand for those is going to be lower because there's less people even max level to start with. Some people were just playing for fun and not to raid hardcore. And second, there's less credits in the economy to be spent on them. You can't sell them for 35 million or 25 million or whatever. Let's actually go. Can we go hop on Shea Vizsla really quick and see what the prices of stuff are for like OEMs and RPMs, if there's even any for sale. Wow, JR says partly probably this. Cal said he's bought some platinums for 200,000 credits, and that's right, but how long did it take him to get those credits? It sounds like less. I'm guessing less. So yeah, it could totally factor into things for sure. Let's go to Shea Vizsla. So there's less people buying those gold. So you'd have to base it more on the how many credits can I earn per hour by like doing conquest or running heroics. Oh, thank you. Sunjammer posted that on Darth Malgus, and OEM is 23 million and RPM is 20 million. For some reason, Darth Malgus has always been lower than Starforge, and I didn't really know why. You can grind on Shea Vizsla to get a few million, but the established servers are hundreds of millions for the same item, which is way harder. But how long did it take to get you that few million, Joby Jove? Like, serious question. I don't know the answer. Is there an easy way to get the red metallic dye? LOL. Joseph, no. Check the GTN and cry. Metallic. Hang on. Is there even any metallic dyes on Shea Vizsla? Oh my god, look. Oh, it's only 1.5 million, but you can't transfer it out if you want it on your main server. Oh my goodness. I guess if you have like some cartel coins, buy an item, hope it sells. Did any of these actually sell yet? No, literally none have sold yet, so there's not even any market data, so we don't know what they will sell for. Someone sold one for 2 million. Okay, and then what do we want to search for? OEM. So can anyone look up the Starforge prices for an OEM and RPM for me? Specifically Starforge. So to get this at level 80, it would take you about 2 hours. Give or take 2 hours. Give or take. 2 hours to get 220,000 credits via OEM RPM on Satil Sean. And then last night RPM were 30 mil. Okay. Whoa, what about OEM? Well, let's do RPM too. RPM. But there's only 9 for sale. I have like no data, right? We'll go with the more expensive one about RPM. 255. Okay, what about... So 24 million on Starforge? And then, what is something we might want to buy? Like, Tulak Horde's lightsabers, though, and I like to look at often. Tulak Horde's lightsaber. Oh, there's none for sale. Oh, this is awkward. Adaptive armor? OEM is 24.8 mil. Okay, perfect. So, 2 hours equals 24.8 mil via OEM RPM on Starforge. Oh, not Steel Sean. I meant to write Shea Vizsla. There's too many S's. Get out of here. Shea Vizsla. Okay, and then... Oh, it might be faster now. It might be faster for both, but let's just go with the old calculations because that won't change for ratio at least. And then what are some of the most expensive stuff you can buy here? God, I don't even know where to look. I have to look for stuff that's actually for sale, which is kind of hard because it's really mishmash. There's the, like, economy doesn't quite exist yet. I want to look for something that someone's buying to resell specifically. Maybe a master's data card? Master? Yeah, not many people are ready yet. For ops, you're entirely correct. That does focus into... Okay, so, okay, we've got a master's datacron and equipment for 6 mil. We can start with that. We'll see if we can find any more. Master's datacron, Shay equals 6 mil? Yeah, let's do that. And then what else do we want to search? Ultimate Cartel Pack? Yeah. Ultimate Cartel Pack's a great one to check. Ultimate Cartel Pack equals 360,000 Shay. And we'll double check the... They fluctuate a bit. Yeah, 360k. Oh, most of them are more in the 400 range. So let's put 400,000. That one was actually an anomaly being cheaper. Go buy that one and resell it for a little bit of profit if you want. Anything else we should look up? The anniversary vendor is back, right? We were like, screw Lifeday. Screw Lifeday. Let's go do... Let's go do Shea Vizsla economy lookup. Okay, so what else can we look up? I was trying to look up, like, rare lightsabers that are very desirable, or rare armors that are very desirable, but the armors are really too mishmash. I don't know what to do with them. Ideally, it'd be something with the actual sales history. It's so hard to compare anything right now. Because, like, the prices, like, there's some things that are being listed super high. Like, take a look, Darth Malgus lightsaber. But it doesn't have any history. It doesn't mean it's going to sell for that much. Revan's lightsaber? Someone just sold that one. It's not even for sale anymore. Oh my gosh. And none of these are rare enough that people actually, like, desire them. I think people are definitely getting some deals on Shea Vizsla, but only because people pricing them are kind of dumb or don't know that they're maybe worth more in comparison, or they just don't care because they're just trying to sell random cartel pack items that they got for credits. You could have even... Oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry. Suppression Trooper chest piece. 2 million credits. It's so cheap! Oh my gosh! The other thing we need to factor in is now that the value of credits is higher based on what you can earn in-game on Shea Vizsla, if you have a level 80 character, you can earn, I think it's 125,000 or something like that from Conquest each per character? Don't tell them be smarter, Swtorista. I need deals. I'm sorry, Team A. I'm sorry. Wow. Let's go back to Starforge. Be Young God says, I play 3 days and I'm level 58. I have 3 million. Thanks for the stream. I learned so much from you. Be Young God, you played only 3 days and you're already level 58. What you been doing? You've been eating like those Cheerios and running really fast through all the content? Out of what I see with 7.4, it looks good, except for the KOTOR looking choices, and hope we can fight Hedda. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Stay Carrot. And yeah, Lovers of Twi'leks, they're 12 credits for the strongholds. Nana, nice to see you. Nana says, stopping by before heading out for surgery. Hope everyone has a great day, and Swtorista, have a great stream. Nana, thank you so much for the nice love to come say hi before you get going. I hope everything goes well for you. Are you getting surgery for having a brain fart? Hands that don't work good. Or are you getting surgery for something else before you go? Swtorista trying to make APAC as high as the others. Listen! I don't have any credits on the server. I don't have any skin in that game. I'm just impressed that the prices aren't, like, entirely inflated. Okay, so let's look up Master's Datacron on Starforge. Oh gosh, I can just do this. Okay, so Master's Datacron is about $1 billion? It seems to fluctuate a little more. 6 mil Shay or 1 bill Starforge. And then what else? Cartel Pack? Ultimate Cartel Pack? Ultimate Cartel Pack equals Let's take a look at the... Oh, there's so many for sale. Yeah, they fluctuate around that 43 million to 41 million mark. 43 mil. Starforge. Oh, interesting. Some items have a completely different
soldiers fighting
rate.
across the galaxy to defend
And I
our
can't even
homes.
find the suppression
Buy
trooper
Republic
armor
war bonds.
available here. Darn it. Okay, are you guys ready to help me with some math? Okay, so if you're doing the OEM RPM strategy on Starforge in about 2 hours, you could get 24.8 million. If you spend that same 2 hours doing the same thing on Shea Visla, you get about 220,000 credits. So what is that ratio? 220,000 versus 24. Let's make it super easy. 202 blah blah blah. We're gonna make it super easy. How do you do 220,000 versus... Oh, I need another zero. Hang on. Can someone figure out that math? Yeah, Evelyn, they raised it so it's about 3 billion plus whatever tax it's going to apply. It'll do it automatically. So the most you can list it for yourself is 3 billion. Yeah, we gotta Darth Malgus. We gotta math that in too. Absolutely. It's 100 times more. Tubba says you aren't taking account the new taxes and fees. Are the fees going to be higher on Star Force and Shea Visla, or are they the same? So it's 100 to 1. Give or take. I'm doing the best I can. If you know the better math, put it, Tubba. Help me out. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so 100 to 1, 100 times more. Or 100 times more. 2 ways of saying it. Okay, so... if you're trying to buy the Master's Datacron, what is 6 million? So 6,000,000. Oh, the tax varies by server? Because, like, if the tax is, like, a flat tax, it's still the same ratio. So it does... I'm sorry, if it's a percentage tax, I don't care. Hey, Evelyn, yeah, have fun. They absolutely... That is one of the reasons they raised it, Evelyn, so that you don't get scammed quite as much. Tax would be based on price, as far as I know, but I think things that are more expensive might get charged a higher tax rate. I'm not 100% sure how it works. There's some posts about it, but it doesn't mean I'm smart enough to remember them. So next I'm doing... Here, I'll zoom in. 6 million versus 1 billion, which has so many zeros, I don't even... I think that's the right amount. So what's the ratio here? If you guys can do the same thing again, if you know how. So this is... how many credits would you need to earn to get a Master's Datacron on Shea Visla compared to Starforge? So 1 to 1,666. I think you got it right there. So how do we compare these two? Oh, I think this is the other way around, huh? Or is it this one? They just need to be the same. I don't remember which way they're supposed to go properly. It's not a flat tax, and you need to really take into account the seller and the seller fee. It is variable and weird tax where you're charged tax per level of pricing. Right. Oh, man. Let's just stick with this for now, but know that that's here, we'll put our note. GTN taxes do fit into all of this, but not entirely sure how. Okay. Yeah? That'll have to do for now. So I think what this is saying is that oh, technically I think a Master's Datacron takes more time to earn on Shea Visla than it does on Starforge. This is awkward if so. May not be the best example. Let's do, oh yeah, let's do the Ultimate Cartel Pack is 400,000 on Shea Visla versus 43 million on Starforge. And to make it super easy, we'll just make it 40 million. So what's 400,000 versus 40 million? That's the same ratio, right? If so, that's hilarious. I think it's the same. Would that be 100 to 1 as well? Did I do that right? Teba says, the math I have done on consumables works out... Oh, aren't consumables different, though? Works out to be actually 10 to 20% cheaper if you trade mail an item than sell on the GTN now, especially since the chance to sell it is junkies. Wait, I thought they were supposed to have the same rate selling, trading mail. Willie says, do you ever feel some burnout from playing SWTOR? No, because if I get sick, I just stop playing for the day or I go check out a different part of the game. I don't grind. And I don't play nearly as much as I did when I was younger. Oh, interesting. So give or take, without these, without considering the GTN fees, the time, if you're doing the OEM RPM method, the time it would take to earn an ultimate cartel pack is about the same. Even though the number is much bigger, you would buy a cartel pack for 400,000 on Shea Vizsla, or you would buy it on 40 million on Starforge. But the time it would take you to earn that, if you're doing OEM RPM grind, would be about the same. I think where those deals are going to be amazing, though, is... don't buy Master's Datacron, though. It's worse. It's worse deal. I did want to check out how earning credits via Conquest and stuff. So... The other one that like, how much would a Suppression Trooper's armor sell for on Starforge? We don't even have a price for it. Like, I'm having trouble finding armors to compare, and I think that might be where people are getting some really good deals, because there's no comparison, right? Let's see. Let's find another similarly very expensive armor. Not these. These are super overpriced. Screw off. For it to be priced the same on Starforge, 2 million was what we saw the Suppression Trooper armor set for. It would have to be... So how many more zeros does this one have? This one has 6 zeros, and this one has 7. So it'll be 2 billion. Oh.
Attention.
20 billion?
Rationing is in effect. Station
20 million.
Will be refueled in priority order.
Wow, holy crap, that's a good deal. Versus expected of like 2 billion is what I would expect. 2 to 3 billion. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the items that have a very strong history and large amount and competitive amount, so like the cartel packs, they're about the same, give or take. 200 million? Oh, did I have one too many zeros? No, wait. It's not 200 million, right? Oh, wait. Wait, I only add one more zero, right? Is it supposed to be 200 million? Okay, so if the item is 2 million credits on Shea Vizsla, this is a set price. What would we expect the value to be on Starforge if the ratio is 100 to 1 or 1 to 100 or whatever it is? The higher price. What is the higher price on Starforge with our ratio of 1 to 100? I think it's 20 million, right? You just add another zero? I know I'm hurting your brain. Why is it 2 zeros? Look, if I go from 1 million to 1 billion. Oh my god, I'm just stupid. Never mind. It's just 1 0, right? Okay, I think I'm doing this right. Like, if I compare these two, there's only one more zero. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this one. Okay. However, what if someone asked me how much is the suppression armor supposed to... 1 to 100 is 2 zeros? My brain hurts. So is 400 to 40 million not 100 to 1? my brain hurts. My brain hurts. Oh. Count the number of digits. The number of digits. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. This is technically a 0. If we were trying to make things proper. Okay. Okay, I'm a big dummy. Hang on. Okay. We got math then. I'm so sorry, guys. No. You guys were entirely correct. I did my previous ratio slightly wrong. Okay. This is math class, everybody. Collaborative math class. Sorry. This is actually a very similar problem to what I had in math class. I would struggle a lot with like the very, very basic fundamentals of the problem, but I'd vaguely get the concept. And it was really great. When I started, I was very lonely in that class, and I remember like it was a pre-calculus class. It was near the end of high school or something like that. I like remember leaving the class just crying one day because I felt so stupid and I just couldn't do it. I was like super like down. I was just like, I don't know what to do at all. But I'm really lucky. I started playing rugby, and I started like a friend just was like, we need another player for our rugby team or it's gonna collapse. Like we can't even play games. And I was like, sure, why not? So I started making friends with them, and they happened to be in my pre-calculus class, and I'd start talking to them, and I could explain the concepts to them that they didn't understand, and they could help me check my work and show me where I got stuck. And it was like, oh my god, it was amazing. I was so happy after that. It went from like my most hated and depressed class to like something that I actively enjoyed going to every day. And obviously they were also better off for it because I was able to help them just understand what they need to actually do the problem. Oh my god. So yeah, this is what this feels like right now. Thanks. Okay. So where did we get out of this? If it's 2 million on Shea Vizsla, the Suppression Trooper's armor set, and versus a projected value of 200 million on Starforge with the 1-to-1 ratio based on what you can earn from more normal stuff, like more expected stuff with a little bit more history, versus if you asked me what you would buy or sell that set based on how much people seem to like it, how new it is, how much it is on the Cartel market, and how much similar stuff sells for on Starforge, I would absolutely tell you it'd be like 2 to 3 billion easy, if not maybe more. It's not even listed on Starforge. It's not there. Look. Oh, suppression. Well, it wasn't there. Oh, it's there. Why did it not show up the first time? So that armor set on Starforge actual price, was it not listed earlier? Am I just a big dummy? I think I'm just a big dummy. Actual price of 600 million. So the projected price of the ratio is 200, but the actual price was 600 million. Wow, so that's a 1 to 3 value, right? So basically, when did you start caring about GTN prices? ResCon. Did you not know? I played Neopets as a child. I have always played the online market. Excuse me. I'm just curious about it. My big question, that's just a chess piece? Yeah, technically the one on the other server is just a chess piece too. I kind of neglected the fact that they're being sold for different prices. I realized that afterwards. So I had to compare chest to chest. I'm mostly curious, like, if you're grinding credits, is it actually more worth it to do it on Shea Vizsla, or is that a perception? So if you're looking to buy Cartel packs... Yeah, ResCon, that's why I'm actually, like, looking them up. That's why I'm doing the math. I'm not doing the off the top of my head. We ran over to Shea Vizsla earlier to go check it, too. Be quiet, Satil Sean, in the background. So if you were grinding credits to get a Cartel pack, or, say, a Master's Datacron, horrible deal. Don't get it on Shea Vizsla. But if you're looking to... Thanks, Mediocre, I am warm. I actually have a heating pad, too, down here. Rugby, right? JR says rugby. I never thought that. So that's where you get your hot ball bloodlust from. I was so bad. I hate team sports. I'm sorry. I am a horrible team sports player. But I was happy to make it so they could at least run their rugby team, you know? You hope the turtle does? Oh my god, I had a crazy dream last night that I'll tell you guys about later when I go throw snowballs and stop obsessing about the GTN. So if you are grinding to get cartel packs or something else very basic like that that has a set value, it's not any more worth it to do on Shea Vizsla than on Starforge. However, if you are grinding credits to get very specific armors that maybe don't have a good price history yet, and if you can find them on Shea Vizsla, that may be part of the one, is it actually listed on the GTN? A lot of stuff I was trying to look up wasn't. And two, the price is going to fluctuate a lot because there isn't very many listed. If you can find it on Shea Vizsla, there is a good chance you are getting a much better deal. However, to earn 2 million on heroics and dailies is easy on Shea Vizsla. Is it any easier than Starforge though? That's kind of what I'm saying. On heroics, however, that's where it gets very interesting. So if you're earning money through OEM and RPM on Shea Vizsla or Starforge, the ratio is about the same. It's like give or take about the same amount of like time. What did we do for Swtorista credits? How long did we say it takes to earn? Say, how long does it take to earn? Yeah, we should figure out how long does it take to earn 2 million credits on... Oh man, I can't click the link. That's okay, we'll just go their old-fashioned way. How long does it take to earn credits not through playing the GTN with the OEMs and RPMs? I know I did some math. Oh, but the math is based on tech fragments again, which you might as well go run the other higher cost ones. Oh, here we go. While researching, we took a team of 4 level 75 players through all the heroics, and with a team that didn't always know where they were going, it took us a total of about 6.5 hours, which probably gets shaved down a lot. By the 6th time, we ran it for about 800,000 credits per hour. So let's say we could make 1 million per hour by not sucking quite so much, especially on a stealth character. 1 million per hour. So in 2 hours, you could earn enough to buy that suppression trooper armor because the value of credits earned through quests are higher. Versus on Starforge, that option isn't even available. And if you're earning it through OEM, RPM, my brain freaking hurts. That would take you about 10 hours. Oh my god, that's such a good deal. That's such a good deal if you're doing it like by running credits. I think. It would take you about... Oh, man. Osis Weekly is 150k. It's below 8 minutes. Consensus, don't forget. On your Shea Vizsla server, you probably only have 1 or 2 characters at a high enough point in the story to run the Osis dailies, right? Wow. Is the guy before they nerfed the credits from Quest and Conquest? JR, it's after. It's after. It's fairly recent, actually. I did include that nastiness where you don't get to sell items anymore. Wow. Okay, so definitely you can go nab some deals on Shea Vizsla server. They aren't face roll good, but you could get basically take, I think it's 2 to 3 times less the amount of time to earn an item. Especially if you're doing something like running heroics. Wow. Wow. Teammate says, I'm worried now that you told everyone my plan. Well, teammate, it's okay. There still requires some math there. Shea Vizsla economy. But don't go buying cartel packs or anything thinking you're getting a good deal. You might, though, still, if you open up those packs and see what you get. I don't know. No, wait. Just open them on Starforge and save yourself some trouble. Okay, I think I'm done. Wow, Consensus says if you use the shortest paths and easiest activities, it's 500k per 1 alt for 30 minutes to an hour max. So 3 alts, 1.5 million just for a set. So about 2 hours to earn a set versus 10 hours on Starforge. Wow. Wow. Just wow. That's all. That's the teammate. Have fun. Good luck. I know there is one other factor we have to factor in. for running those heroics so fast, they do... Like, you're not doing that on a random level 30 character, right? You would want to have a max level stealth character, ideally with some good high influence companion and high DPS when you do have to fight. Yeah? Wow. Wow. So yeah, we could still potentially get a Collections Unlock sale, but they basically said instead of doing a Collections Unlock sale, they're doing a kind of poopy sale. I am so done. I am so done with GTN math. Can I go throw snowballs now and tell you about my crazy dream? Okay, so I need to get myself a snowball bomb. And I want to go put some alacrity in my gear because I'm crazy. Because nobody can stop me. Because I've always wanted to do this. Hang on, where's that snowball bomb? And then Lifeday tinsel bomb. Oh! Wait, that's not the right one, sorry. Lifeday snowball bomb. Good, good, good. And then I also want to get the cannon, because I already have it. Cannon! Woo! Dun, ba, da, 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 da. Da-da-da-da. Looks like I have my buff showing properly like in the video. Okay, are you guys ready to go back to the video now that we've talked way too long? How do you have level of companions to 50 or past 28? Once they carry, just keep giving them gifts, basically. Players pelting some poor red droid. Oh wait, we have like double craziness going on here. Snowballs and join in. The fastest way to Nar Shaddaa is to travel to your Nar Shaddaa stronghold, then exit. Otherwise, if you don't have one, use the Nar Shaddaa heroic quick travel in the activity finder. If a droid tries to attack you, do not attack it back. Instead, throw a snowball at it to cool it down. If you can't find any overheated droids, you can try a different instance or a different map, or wait about 5 minutes and the droids will refresh, and an overheated droid may respawn somewhere on the map. If you throw a snowball at an overheated droid, then try to throw another, you won't get a chance to get a parcel or decoration from it until the snowball buff wears off of it. Your snowball buff. However, if there are one or more players also throwing snowballs at the same droid, every time they throw a snowball, it will refresh the snowball buff and allow you to throw your own again for a chance at a prize. So, you'll want to find an overheated droid that at least one other player is throwing snowballs at, or bring a friend. Ideally, it's even better if there's a huge group throwing snowballs. You can even play with your interface editor to easily see the buffs and debuffs by you or other players. The color of the droid's nameplate does not matter if you're in a group of players throwing snowballs, as long as it's called overheated droid. You have a 20% chance of getting a decoration, and a separate 15% chance of getting a parcel, each time you throw a snowball at an overheated droid. Technically, you can even get both on the same throw if you're really lucky. If you win a decoration prize, which happens pretty often, you'll be able to choose from these items: Lifeday Hollow Tree Blue, Lifeday Hollow Tree Green Gold, Lifeday Hollow Tree Pink, and Lifeday Hollow Tree Red. These trees are unique to the overheated droid and are bound and cannot be bought, sold, or traded, and they're all decorations. There's two other types of hollow trees called the Lifeday Hollow Tree Blue Purple and Lifeday Hollow Tree Green that are the same size from the snow-covered parcel vendor for 40 parcels each. They are separate things though. In addition to throwing snowballs during the event, you can also hug Wookiees. Hugging 10 Wookiees gets you a reward of 2 parcels, and you can do this once per day per character. And hugging 1,000 and 1,500 Wookiees gets you an achievement and a legacy title. To hug a Wookiee, stand directly in front of it, facing it, and shuffle forward and backwards until you are within perfect hugging range. So the Wookiee hugging mechanic is very finicky. You need to be directly facing the Wookiee, not behind it or beside it. Then a small yellow ability should appear in the middle of your screen. Sometimes the little ability to hug the Wookiee does not show up even if you're directly in front of the Wookiee. If this happens, walk far away from the Wookiee, then come back to it. Once you've hugged a Wookiee recently, the ability will not show up even if you are in front of the Wookiee. If the yellow ability is grayed out, you're likely too close or too far from the Wookiee to hug it, or someone is already hugging it. You need to be exactly 0.01 to 0.1 meters away to hug a Wookiee. You can see your distance from a Wookiee near their name and character portrait once you've selected them. Scooch backward and forward until you're 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, all the way to 0.09 meters away. When you're near a Wookiee, press the slash key above your numpad pad on the right-hand side of your keyboard to roleplay walk. It makes it easier to get within the exact scooching range. There are Wookiees on the Republic.
Oh my god, I spent like 40 minutes talking about hugging Wookiees. Why?
An Imperial fleet, Nar Shaddaa, and Mek-Sha, which is a high-level planet not accessible by free-to-play players. The Wookiees on Mek-Sha are the most optimal for drive-by hugging, as on the other planets they are more spread out and there's less of them. On Mek-Sha, they're in the Slugfall Cantina / Slugfall Harbor area, right outside the cantina on a walkway. On Nar Shaddaa, the Wookiees are near the Golden Hut statue, but are quite spread out, and there's not very many of them. You can hug each Wookiee once per hour. However, once you've hugged all the Wookiees in an area, you can press M for map and switch to a different instance using the drop-down, where you'll be able to hug all the Wookiees again without waiting an hour. Once you've hugged all the Wookiees in all the instances, you'll need to wait though. There's a short time where you need to wait between switching instances after you do it the first time. You can also go hug all the Wookiees again on a different character as much as you want. Hopping between characters is probably the fastest way to get your Wookiee hugging on, ideally on Mek-Sha.
I'm hearing
So
about
I also
Wookiees.
saw
Is there
this tip
anything
on the
else in this
forums by
video?
player. They said, I found
No,
just a
no.
little more help hugging Wookiees. I got a map of the Mek-Sha
No more!
Wookiee option of this video. Notable ones are, so if you find a parcel by throwing a snowball, you get the Lifeday
Oh, the achievements?
reward.
I wanted to know how
ended
to
for the
farm
per parcel
parcels.
set, some funds.
Oh,
The
these are
cost of
the rewards. Okay, we're done here. We're done. We're gonna go actually play the video game. I think we spent more time watching the video than we will actually throwing snowballs. So first off, let's get those suckers on my freaking bars. Can I keep buying them to 10, 11? How would I do that? Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Oh. Okay. All done. Music is gone. Okay, let's put snowballs on the bars. Can I keybind them to my mouse? That's what I'm trying to see right now. Without accidentally re-keybinding something else. Oh, I think I'll actually be re-keybinding my 0, dash, and equal key, so I'll just click them. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's not a problem. I don't need this extra quick bar. I'm just gonna cry a little of my life and start chucking snowballs. So I think the best way to farm snowballs from that video, it sounds like the best way to do so. Stop hugging that Wookiee, that's mine. Too close. There we go. Did it! I think the best way is to go to Nar Shaddaa and start chucking snowballs at those overheated droids, right? Hug Wookiee revelers and carolers. Can I hug these random people? Can I hug Santa? That being doesn't look like they want to hug. Fair, 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 fair. Ah! Just put it on a number key? Okay, Nasasu, the problem is I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna get into a raid and I'm gonna completely forget. So let's head to Nar Shaddaa. Start chucking stuff at those overheated droids, right? Let's go. Why would you want to do anything besides hug Wookiees? It makes me want to scream. Oh yeah, okay, so Bringy and Gliding phone lines just came in talking about the collection sale. So Bringy and Gliding, I don't know if you caught, I think you caught the crazy credit talk, and Bringy, you missed it. Oh my gosh, we are looking at some price. Someone had a theory, exists in Nar Shaddaa. Someone had a theory that the reason they decided not to do a collections unlock sale was because of the prices on Shea Vizsla. The time it takes, we did some math. It's kind of funky math. I don't know if it's entirely correct, but there are some items being sold on Shea Vizsla. To be clear, not Masters Datacrons, not Ultimate Cartel Packs, not the items we usually look at, but other items like, for example, the Suppression Troopers armor set that take a drastically less amount of time to earn or buy than they would on the other servers. So and they may have been even less
when this server first came out. You may even be able to find even better deals just like randomly as you play too. People are wondering if possibly the reason they decide not to do a collections unlock sale is how does this thing work? I have to go find the one everybody else is throwing them at, right? Oh, what did I do? And now that we've done all the math and I'm kind of thinking about it, I don't know if they're wrong. I don't think so. They value real money more than people getting cheaper unlocks. If the Suppression Trooper set is only 2 million on Shave Isla, I'm less likely to buy it on the Cartel market, but I don't think that affects my collections unlock spending. I think you might be onto something here, Bringy. They're kind of two different questions, aren't they? Technically, the cheaper prices on Shave Isla mean you might actually be able to get an item you wouldn't be able to get normally and then unlock it on collections, right? Am I in the wrong instance? Where's the giant pack of people? Hang on here. I'm in Narshada 1. Nobody's ready to throw snowballs yet. Usually there's like a giant package of people here. Bringy says, I personally would have probably spent 60 bucks for unlocks, but now I won't spend any. Yeah, I looked at the sale itself too. It's not anything that I'm like excited about or excited to share with you guys. I probably wouldn't even make a video about it. Oh, tree. In past years, they've also had a January, February unlock sale too, haven't they? I don't know if I've kept track. You guys could probably like dig through my archives. Go search on Swtorista.com for collections unlock sale. I have at least a few years back. Can you show the new armor set for Lifeday, please? I only have 2 pieces so far. I like your Santa outfit, Crinkle. Hello there, I see you. Let's see how many pieces I can get on. So Outfitter, Shogir's outfit. This is all Lifeday is. Very stupid, but very chill. I only have this part so far. Only have the chest piece and the ring. And the ring's really cool. I saw Cal from Today in Tor posting about this. The glove is actually just a ring. I don't know how well you can see it. That was teeny tiny. Eva says, my theory is they are turning SWTOR into a money grab, microtransaction to pay to play game based on shifty mobile game models. Teva, I think they were already attempting to do that. They've just taken it a slightly step further with the metallic dice recently. I caught it since I've only been lurking in the chat up to that point. Hi! But yeah, I was really hoping for a collections unlock sale because that's something you guys are generally very excited about. Like for me, I don't care quite so much because I've got 90% of it unlocked already. Oh look, here we go. Now we got some people showing up. Let's go to find the next one. There he is, right here. Look at that! Oh my gosh, look at that! Where did all these people come from? Oh, maybe they were at one of the other ones and I didn't run around enough. Nate Sumo! Hey, thank you! But yeah, I think Sunjammer says, if Broadsword doesn't get the dollars they were hoping for over Xmas, I suspect they'll do a collections unlock sale the new year. So yeah, I'm sure they'll see how does the weird little day-by-day sale on items people aren't like, about. I think there will be some days that they're selling some particular items that are very well wanted, like the Tulak Horde lightsaber. I think the Sutil Shan something or other. Ooh, getting lucky with the decos there. But we also were saying, wow, the metallic dyes are so expensive, yet plenty of people still bought them. Oh no, I forgot to buy the bundle of the gold dyes. I wanted to. So what are they selling this week for the dyes? So the black metallic dye I think is quote-unquote gone. Oh, you can still buy the pack, but now they've rotated in the individual gold and white. Like they said they were going to do, they said they were going to rotate them in and out. JR says, you can't get drops if the target has your debuff. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice of you to help with the snowball throwing. To be honest with JR, I don't think it's due to this math. It's your original thought. So many people holding items to unlock for the past 6 months, including what? Could still be that, right? That was the original theory. Rodney says, I forgot it was Lifeday. Hello there. Hi. Who threw a snowball at me? Who made me festive? You're supposed to be making the droid festive. Don't snowball me. I am worth much less rewards. I am priceless. I'd be more excited about the daily sales if more than one of them were things I don't already have. Fair. Fair. It's interesting that they posted this schedule, though. Before this point, the daily sale has been a rotating randomosity that nobody really knows until it happens. That's why we had that daily sale tracker that players are so nice to update. Hey there, Justin, happy Lifeday. Nate says, I'm sure you've gone over this before, but what do you think about the broadsword change means to the future of the game? Hey, Nate Sumo. So when it first happened, I was pretty worried. I was like, does that mean it's going into maintenance mode? Because that's all they really do, as far as I can tell. The good news is more information and info and data and stuff like that came out after that initial surprise update that happened as a leak, not as a announcement. We found out that pretty much the entire team moved over to Broadsword. So like the entire team that was working on it before is still pretty much working on it now, which is awesome. We also had a minor update from them, which was really cool to see it happen. And we had update 7.4, which was the first one they were kind of doing not on BioWare, not partially finished at BioWare. So that was really cool to see. That just came out. That was my big indicator of like, how is this going? Bye, Snowball Droid. We murdered you. Let's go find the next one. Let's go forward. We obviously have to go clockwise. That's how it works. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. Oh no, they're all running around like chickens! Where are you guys going? There was one right here! Okay, we'll leave, it's fine. That looks awfully hot, warm with all those clothes on. I'm actually vaguely warm right now. I know you can't see it, but I also have a heating pad on my lap. 43 degrees, freezing. You hope they do a transfer discount? Cianzu, they actually said they weren't doing that either. They said in lieu of a collections or transfers sale, we are doing this sale instead. Womp womp. So update 7.4, which just came out, was actually my first like test. Like I really wanted to see. So far, everything I've seen, it was just as good as Runuk and the Boss Interpreter's Retreat update. And in addition, Broadsword was also the one who did the Apex server launch, right? And that was very, very well received as well. And then whatever the next update is the one that I don't think will have had any planning from BioWare at all. It's just going to be like whatever they decide to make on their own. So when that takes place and what it takes place will be their final kind of challenge test to see if they can continue following through. And of course, every year they'll recalibrate and see, are we making enough money to keep bothering to run this game? Evelina said, not gonna lie, I was pretty excited when I heard about Broadsword taking over. They've been super transparent and have already done a lot to improve the game. Yeah, I was actually, like I said, not excited. I was very worried. But all the devs are still posting. They've had some great updates, so on and so forth. In general, seems to be a good thing. Was that the update that changed some of the menu stuff? Hey, Zamiru. Pretty much every update changes some of the menu stuff. So if you can give me any more specifics, I'd be happy to give you more. So, more deets. So, update 7.4 happened like about a week ago? It was very recent. Who has a monkey lizard? Oh my gosh, your outfit's so cute. Sparkly person in the back. Hang on. Look at this. She's wearing, I'm not a fan of the cod piece, but that armor is so funny. It makes me laugh every time. But they're wearing the new shiny armor and they put it in like a really cute outfit. That is gonna give so bad chafing. That's super cute. It's very visible too. Like I saw it out of the corner of my eye that it looked different than everybody else's. So I'm not happy about the prices of metallic dyes, but they are quite spectacular. I'm thinking about the latest one, yeah, about a week ago. Yeah. Being Tim says, I really like the update they did on the GTN. So as a heads up, Being Tim, it wasn't just the skin of the GTN that changed. There was a lot of stuff on the background that got changed as well, and that's why they had to change the way it looks. For example, combining the items. That was like one symptom of the changes in the back end too, and there's probably going to be more coming as well. Still no Wampa companion on the Cartel market. Yeah, I think JR's right. I don't think you're supposed to buy it individually. I think you usually get it in that bundle pack. Or you could always look on the GTN because someone might get it through the Cartel packs randomly. It's pretty impressive that the original player voice actors still record lines. It might have just one decided to stop. To Shiv, other games have definitely had that happen before, and we've actually had some of the voice actors. At least one Swtor voice actor has passed away. Was that Tano Vic? It is pretty cool though, 10 years later, that they're still doing their game, you know? Can you imagine signing, like, still agreeing to do something like that 10 years down the line? I can't even imagine what next year is gonna be like. I was crying to Mr. Swtorista the other day. It was so sad, you guys. Oh man, I'm gonna get upset just talking about it. I was crying because I was worried we might have to move again. I was like, what if we have to move again? I've never lived anywhere more than 5 years of my whole life. And I was like full on sobbing and he didn't understand. I was like, wah! I can't even imagine what 5 years from now is going to be like. Much less like that I'm still going to be recording a character 10 years later. That's nuts to me. I really struggle even beyond like the next like 6 months of my life. But yeah, Two Shifts says, imagine if the bounty hunter's voice just randomly changed one X back. I mean, it's gonna happen at some point, right? At some point, a voice actor is going to be unable to or uninterested in doing their job, right? Like, they can't chain them to the sound booth and reanimate the dead if they... He's right here, people! He respawned! He's alive! Oh, we're looking for the overheated ones. That's why. Oh, I'm a big dummy. I forgot how this works. I bought the black-legged eye to use on my Dark Helmet tune. Like from Spaceballs? To use on my Dark Helmet tune. And I was waiting for the collection sale to unlock the chest piece I had chosen. Now I either have to wait to show the galaxy my Schwartz or spend more CC. And I think that might be part of it, is that eventually you're just gonna buy that full collection's price. Where that balances out, eventually you're just not gonna spend it. You're gonna be like, screw it, I'm not gonna embrace the Schwartz. That's what they have to figure out, huh? Oh no, Evelina says, I mean, with how good AI voices I've gotten, I wouldn't put it past them to try. I have a lot of thoughts about that. At the moment, though, I believe, especially with the union strikes by SAG-AFTRA, which our voice actors are covered for in Star Wars: The Old Republic, I believe they are safe from that. Beyond that, though, I feel like the way that the lead narrative director, so the main storyteller for the game, her name is Caitlin Sullivan Kelly, and Ashley Roll, the main narrative director, the way they talk about things and the way they talk about the game, I don't think they would be very interested in that. Like, I feel like they treat it as both lovers of the game and the story as well as artists. You know, I don't know how to quite describe that. Like, they'd probably be like, I don't really want to do that, you know? They've definitely resorted to having less voice acting. But who knows, maybe some of those unvoiced cutscenes, or the ones with just one character talking, we could have an AI voice character for like those random one-off NPCs, but I don't think they would replace the main characters with the AI. I don't think they actually can, based on their union contracts and stuff. Do you have a guide for gearing a healer for what staff to go to? Been looking, but I've gotten lost, LOL. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah! Drakefall, does that mean you can't see chat? That's funny if so. Swtorista, recommended gear? Let me take a look. Let me make sure I do. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it without your glasses, but here you go. I've linked it for you in chat. You can bookmark it for later if you can see the little star for the bookmark button. Mr. Swtorista is also very blind without his glasses. I like bugging him in the morning and be like, "Can you see me?" And he's like, "No, I don't have my glasses on." But yeah, I think it's the horse and the cart thing all over. The positives outweigh the negatives far too much. I think there's... So as somebody who does work in this weird intersection of art, handmade, and technology, I think there's definitely some positives to it. But there's also a lot of negatives. And there has to be, like, these discussions about it. And there has to be the human element discussing it, not just someone creating the AI and calling it a day. For example, for those of you who use the name generator, that is technically kind of AI. It's a rudimentary form of AI. Both the one in-game and the one that I built that's even better, ideally. It's called machine learning. It's kind of a baby AI. It doesn't learn, but it doesn't actively learn, but it does learn from other people's works, namely a list of other existing named characters. So the way it generates the Sith pureblood names, I give it a list, I feed it, I teach it a list of Sith pureblood names that already exist that have been created by authors, character creators, stuff like that. And then I tell it, analyze this and poop out something that someone else can use for free without any creativity. Huh? So you're technically using a very rudimentary form of AI if you ever use a name generator and stuff like that. It's just people don't realize that's what it is, or to the extent that it is. And then, for example, something like, if you've ever seen Photoshop back in the day, even way back when. Stay here, people! This droid is still checkable. Photoshop, even way back in the day, for like 10 plus years at least, they had something called fill? Automatic fill? Something like that, where you could, like, let's say there was a bird in the sky, you could select the bird, and it would fill it in. That's also a rudimentary form of AI. The reason the discussion has gotten so strong lately is that rather than only using the names that I put in, or the picture of the sky with the bird in it, current AIs are also using so much work that people didn't give permission for it to look at and learn from. Generative fill. I know that's what it's called now. Is that what was it called before? Your toaster can be considered an AI? Does my toaster learn in any way? Huh? Don't teach my toaster. Absolutely, Evelina says, I doubt it would happen in Swtorista, but over the next decade, companies are 100% going to try and cut voice actors out of the process. They always trying to pinch a penny somewhere. And you can also look at it another way. Voice actors can be very difficult to work into your game and very expensive if you're an indie developer, if you're just generating something for yourself. For example, let's say you're just making a little game, you know how to code. You can put in your time for free, but maybe you can fudge together some graphics. It would probably be really useful for you to be able to add AI-generated voices, even if it's maybe not even something that you would prefer, but maybe you just can't afford it. And games like ours even could make good use of it in the fact that they could deliver way more voice acting if they didn't have to book actors. Like, for example, all these little kind of unvoiced cutscenes. I'm not saying we should do it or shouldn't do it. I'm just saying these are the potential options that could be used for. It's not like purely negative. The other idea that also is separate from the idea of AI, one thing that's clearly bad of current AI is it's using existing, almost branded content like my voice or like Jennifer Hale's voice, something that the person considers their own, or someone's art that they consider very much their own and very personal. This has been considered bad. Don't AI, don't touch my stuff. Don't profit off of my work and my likeness and my voice and stuff like that. Yeah. And then the separate conversation about it is about, it's a very big conversation that is not as visible, but I think everybody kind of understands it in their heart. Everybody says, I don't want my job or my existence to be deleted or made worthless by a robot. And that's like totally, I think, this weird mix of economical theory combined with like existentialism and like the soul, and like you could even tie in like some religious factors to it. Like, what is a human worth? What is a soul worth? What is your creativity worth? And I don't know if there's an answer to that question. That's a huge question. And like things like even just the money portion of it, like I don't want my job to become redundant. Like, well, should your country then look into UBI instead? Should your country be looking into not making it so you have to live off your creativity? You don't want to be pooped on by an AI? Yeah, me neither. Some people pay extra money for that. Sunjammer says a soul is worth 2,500 CC. So yeah, as somebody who works in that weird intersection of art, I do a lot of writing, I do a lot of stuff that the AI can't generate right now. I do a lot of like research that's firsthand. The AI can generate stuff off of what I write, but it can't correctly generate what I do write or what I do create, or it can copy my voice, but it can't quite copy the way that I say things or the way that I see what you guys want to learn about yet. Who knows in 10 years? I do know, like, from my perspective as someone who's making money off of creating content, who does this for a living, I'm not as worried about AI as I used to be, because I've tried it to generate content, and it doesn't... It's faking knowing. It doesn't actually know for sure. In the future, it might actually be able to go in-game and research stuff. Who knows? You could be less than 10 years away from that, but it's not happening tomorrow, that's for sure. And then things like, we're also seeing lots of websites pop up that are filled with fake content. I see that all the time for Baldur's Gate. It drives me freaking crazy. The AI will generate content about Baldur's Gate, but it won't actually be correct or complete or useful. But it'll come up on Google because it's like SEO correct. Like it has all the right words that I'm looking for, and it's real paragraphs and sentences, but they aren't true. It drives me freaking nuts. Google Gemini might change that. Right, can Google go, until the Google can go into the video game and look things up, I'm good for a while. This doesn't have to be my forever job, it's okay. Machines have been taking over our jobs since forever. Right, absolutely, there's, that's absolutely part of the conversation too. I think it's just that people feel like, well, jobs like sewing, or putting paper matrices into a computer. Those ones are clearly very manual. It sucks that somebody lost their job, but it was always going to happen. And the conversation is so much bigger now because people don't feel creativity should be automated. Why? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know if it could be summarized or even explored in a 2-hour stream where I'm throwing snowballs at a dude. I don't know the answer. Help! You were talking about language models. That's true, but there are more advanced AI models that can absolutely do things independently of what it learned from scanning text, that is. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So the most well-known types of models right now are text-based, right? And then image-based ones. Image-based ones are a bit behind, but the text-based ones are pretty, where they analyze text and poop stuff out from it. They're pretty advanced right now. To the point that it like blows my mind sometimes. They're not always correct, but they always sound right. It's amazing. As someone who used to talk to fake AI chatbots when I was younger because I thought it was funny. Images, some of you I'm sure have been played with Midjourney or Bing or what's the other one, DALL-E. You can do some crazy stuff, but you can't always get exactly what you want. But then like, I don't think there's any bots that can go do more complicated stuff on demand. Like they have to be more specialized, coded first and stuff like that. Also, yes, Swtorista, your toaster does learn things. All processors... My toaster doesn't have a processor. What the hell kind of toaster do you have? All processors predict what you're going to do before you do it to improve speed. I'm far from qualified to explain what they do. My toaster has like... Does my toaster have an electronic chip in it? If I pull the little lever down and crank the little dial, does my toaster have a chip in it? Oh, but really cool concept Evelina's explaining. The general idea that anything with a processor in it, let's try to do stuff faster by knowing what you want, right? Gemini will work with all kinds of input. At least Google says so. Tomorrow, I will discover. What? Okay, but can it play the game? Can it put in its own input? I still have to like go around and move my mouse right now. Kind of an interesting segue, but a player a while ago was trying to do a thing where they were tracking the GTN by having a bot. They scripted a bot to log into SWTOR, flip through the pages of the GTN and check prices of items and try and track them. It wasn't a very successful project in the end. It worked, surprisingly, because of just the sheer amount of costs that had. And the sheer amount of data, I'd assume, too. I think it was mostly the actual act of having to log in all the time or something by the bot. But could you... They had to code all of that by hand. They had to tell the mouse on the screen where to go, what to type in, and stuff like that. Like, one day, eventually, we'll get to a point where you can, like, hey, AI, go check the GTN for the price of 2 lakh Lord's lightsaber. And it will somehow know what that means. That's not quite there yet, without someone coding something specifically for SWTOR. They're OpenAI models that play strategy games, learn them from scratch, and proceed to beat the crap out of the professional esports team. Wow, so is StarCraft and LOL respectively. But could you just throw them into like a game that no one's done anything with yet? Like, let's say I randomly threw it at Hello Kitty Island. Would it know how to play? Would it be able to understand that yet? Maybe. Maybe it's coming. It's coming. Yes, says Revan. Wow. That's pretty crazy if so. Hello, is it worth it to return to the game? Evelina says, unless it's an old school toaster, most likely has some type of computer chip on the screen or something. Your toaster has the screen? What the hell? Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Very important show of hands. Can everybody in both Twitch and YouTube help me with this one? A quick yes or no is more than enough. Does your toaster, the thing you put toast into to heat it up, does it have a screen? I am terrified of the future right now. Please, I need to know. Does your toaster have a screen? Evelina, I'm scared. Evelina, help. Zorits does. Okay. Most people don't seem to have one. Evelina doesn't know, but I've seen them. Okay, thank God. The robots aren't taking over yet. Thank you for so many answers. I felt like I was going crazy. I didn't want to find out that it was normal to have toasters with a screen, because I know these days fridges with a screen are fairly common. And even though my fridge doesn't have a screen, it probably does have a processor, I would bet.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Shelby, thanks for gifting Intezar, who said no thank you to that toaster sub. Oh, sorry, you put bread in a toaster, not toast. Do you use the toaster app on your phone? Yeah, my Instapot has a screen, that's true. Mine doesn't, but I think my family's one does. Everything doesn't need a screen, okay. Oh, I'm so glad my toaster not having a screen is normal. I didn't want to feel like I was poor for not having a toaster with the screen. I'm dying, I'm sorry, that was so funny. But Evelina, I totally get your concept. Your fridge has some very rudimentary AI in it to predict what you're gonna need to do with it, yes. Oh, we do have some AI in our house. We have like one of those smart home thermometer thingies. Nope. Smart home little box for the temperature thermostat. And it's pretty smart. You can tell it like when you're gonna be home or not, so you don't have to keep the house if your normal hours you're not home. And I think it has some options to like predict when you're gonna be home based on your past usage and stuff like that. That's definitely some very basic AI there. People are not talking about playing SWTOR on their fridge. Oh, have we digressed? I never thought about this would be the discussion I'd have with Swtorista, but I'm here for it, says Evelina, lol. I love this kind of stuff. I don't like to talk too much about it on stream because it's one of those topics that it can have a lot of repercussions, and I'm not like knowledgeable enough about it I can only speak to my own experiences as someone who creates things. I can't speak as someone who... there's so many other areas of expertise, like economic expertise, technological expertise, what's it called? Anthropology expertise would be really important. Community and culture expertise, even religious expertise. Like I said, the idea of a soul, how much is a soul worth? Creative expertise, arts and technology and film and gaming expertise. All these things I don't know, like, fraction of nothing about. All I know is what I do. But I like to talk about that sometimes. Not every day, though. Oh my god. I would die. I would try. I remember the guy that got locked out of his house by his smart houses company because the delivery person thought the owner was insulting him. Fun times? What? I just go outside and play on my laptop for Hoth Immersion. Whoa. Oh yeah, Igor says, I take it you're cold. Igor, I mostly put this on to be cute because it's Lifeday, but I'm really cozy and I actually have a little heating pad down here too, so I'm very comfy. You're right, Taff, it is not very far away from Mary Sithmas. You are correct there. I'm supposed to hug Wookiees, but that would take away from me throwing snowballs. Are you guys ready to hear about my dream? I think we talked about the toaster enough, right? Or do we need a little more? Thank you so much for answering that question. Really, like, sincerely, thank you. Okay, so I had a dream last night. My dreams get a little crazy. I dream very vividly when I dream and very long in like duration. Like a lot happens. This is nothing new for me, but this one was particularly interesting. I dreamt I was at a cabin, like a winter house, with some family members, and we were staying there for a little vacation, like we rented it out or something. And when I went outside, people were all looking up at the sky and going like, what's up there? And falling from the sky, there was like debris, like falling from space on fire. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And like there's even pieces like falling nearby on fire, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was like almost like a big piece of metal or something like that. And I was like, oh no, everybody go in the house, be safer. And apparently it was aliens taking over the world, but the aliens weren't coming yet. The aliens talked directly to a small child that was also staying with us, and the small child told us that the aliens told them to go inside the house, and when they come, to unplug half or all of the electronics in the house. I was like, what? So I run inside the house with the small child, and I apparently was 100% full belief of this happening. Like, it truly happened. It wasn't just a child making up stories, and there was also, like, you know, stuff falling from the sky from space. And no, it's not a premonition. Rikoji's, this is just like my daily dreams. They're equally as weird all the time. Overactive imagination mixed with anxiety makes for interesting stuff. So I grab this child and I run them to the house max speed, and I'm like explaining to the adults, this is what the child said that the aliens told him, and that they're coming, and that we need to do these things to be safe. And so I start, this is where it gets funny and clearly a little less doomy and a little more personal. I start going around the house and I'm like, oh my god, we need to make sure all the animals and pets are inside and safe, because clearly something's gonna happen to the electronics, so we should get them somewhere where they're a little more isolated and safe, right? So I start trying to put the dogs into the basement so that they can be safe. And there's like 40 dogs. Okay, not 40 dogs. There's like 8 dogs. And one of the dogs was a different type of dog. And I was trying to bite the other dogs. And I was like, oh my god, someone grab that dog. And so we hauled that dog into a different bedroom and closed it in there. And then I put all the other dogs in the basement where they'd be safe. And then... We want your smart toasters. Are you getting anything cool from the droid? No, the droid doesn't give you anything new. it gives you the currency to buy the new items. For example, I had a couple parcels left over from the currency from previous years. I'm wearing one of the new armor chest pieces, but I don't have the rest. I want it. So then, I start putting all the dogs in the basement, and then I'm like, oh no, the tortoises! Oh no, the tortoises! And I dream really frequently about tortoises. I don't know why. To be fair, last night we did watch a YouTube video about many tortoises. That probably had something to do with it. So I was grabbing all the tortoises, and I was putting them into the bathtub. There's like little tortoises and big tortoises and all kinds of tortoises. I was grabbing them from their tanks, and I was bringing them into the bathtub and into the sink. And then at one point we had to put one of the dogs in the bathroom, and the dog was trying to bite the tortoises, and I was like, hell no. I threw that dog in the basement too. And then I was running around the house, and I was like between like watching all the adults like staring up at the sky like, huh? I was running around the house and trying to unplug the millions of electronic plugs all over the house. Like, oh my god, there's so many. I mean, to be fair, if I did my own house, there'd still be quite a few, but I was like, every room had like 40 million plugs and plugs and plugs. It was definitely a fire hazard. Thanks, aliens, for telling us how to not set our house on fire. So I was trying to unplug them all so I could like hustle all the adults inside. So then I think I woke up, partially. Maybe Mr. Swtorista was coming to bed or something. And then I fell back asleep, and the dream had progressed slightly. So the aliens had gotten closer physically to Earth, and they were starting to influence the humans. And it was like a semi-mind control stuff, but not everybody was yet influenced. It was like kind of the feebler-minded to start with. Yeah, this is Swtorista. To be fair, this dream of yours is better than 90% of films and series made in the last 5 years. Listen, don't watch any movie that has like 40 minutes of ferrying tortoises from their tank to the bathroom sink, okay? Don't give them your money. Give it to me instead. No. And so the aliens were starting to do this because they were starting to pave the way for them to like physically come to Earth. And the aliens, basically, we were gonna be their slaves, but we were gonna enjoy it. It was fine. We didn't have any choice in the matter, and there was really nothing that we could do about it. But they were gonna make it as good as they could. Like, basically, they were gonna do world peace. Everyone was gonna be vaguely content. And just doing their little jobs. Like, perfect little communism kind of thing going on here, you know? And they had so much, like, bureaucracy. I was, like, talking to some, like secretary or office worker or something, and they were going through my options of what I could do. And the only other part I remember is that eventually the aliens did come. And here's for you super nerds. Are you ready for this? The aliens, what did they look like? They looked like tardigrades. Hey, can I look these up? Or I'm gonna be grossed out, I don't know. Yeah, okay, they're like, tardigrades are like, I don't entirely know what they are. These are super blown up. What are tardigrades? Is, very tiny critters? Like, I don't even think they're visible to the naked eye. Oh, here we go. This is more how they're like if you look under the microscope. But I don't know, people think they're really funny looking, so there's lots of like art and stuff of them. And I think I saw a t-shirt with one kind of recently. And that's what the aliens look like, except they had clothes. They had clothes! And that's most of what I remember from my dreams. I have a lot of dreams like that. There's always some type of crazy disaster happening, mixed with like just normal anxiety-based stuff like, oh, I need to take care of the tortoises. But something really sad happened in the dream. In the dream, because I had to throw all the dogs in the basement because the other dogs was biting it. When I was the electronics in the basement were not unplugged, and all of the dogs in the basement, all like 7 of them, got like crispy fried. This is a bad plan, aliens. I don't want to go in my basement. But yeah, really crazy dreams like that. I have a lot of dreams about water, or like water filling an entire city, or like a tsunami, or like a ship sinking. I have a lot of dreams about that. What's funny is I'm not afraid of water at all. I can swim very well. I don't like going in the ocean only because it's cold and salty. But like, no fear of water at all. Are they the silver bugs I see scooting across carpets? No. Those might be silverfish if you want to look them up. Or if they're really long and skinny with weird little pincers, those are, I forget what those are called. Those just eat decomposing stuff. They're fine. We call them björnar in Sweden. I have no idea if I said that right. Which translate into bear animal because they look like little bears. Oh, that's cute. Untold numbers of people have had tsunami dreams. Is that like a common thing? I think so. Or aliens are coming. And the alien ones always have interesting stories. Oh, and also at the end of my dream, is Montego here? No. I dreamt that my dream was actually a sci-fi novel that my guildmate had introduced me to, and I was super happy because I was super enjoying it and enjoying the concept of free will versus aliens. In the final part of the dream, I was like in a college or something. Zora says, those epic dreams about starting a journey sucks for me, lol. They start great, but then you never finish because I can never get back into the same dream. Mine usually get derailed before they get too interesting. Yeah, those are, sometimes I feel like I don't sleep, my goodness. But yeah, that's my dream last night. Are you happy? Is this where I end? There was a question in chat. Let me go back and catch it. Hang on. Is the canon worth it? If you're paying cartel coins, no. If you have free cartel coins and like chucking stuff, sure. I mean, it's just an in-game item. It's just for getting more snow parcels. But I guess it also depends how badly you want some of the rewards that are on the vendor. Huh. And yeah, Ito, this is Narshada. I'm just hanging out in this area specifically because it's the Lifeday event going on right now. But yeah, if you guys need help with the Lifeday event, it's going on right now. It just started. Head to Narshada. Find one of these big groups after you get all set up. But I absolutely have guides about that on my website for you. Ah, yeah. Lifeday event did indeed start today. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hear all the snowballs in the background for the stream. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, there's some great videos out right now if you haven't watched them. There's tips for new players, which is really, really a solid video. Highly recommend watching if you haven't already, even if you're not new. There's what to expect in 7.4, which goes over some of the new stuff. There's all about the Asia Pacific server, which is pretty interesting as well. And we're gonna go... Did Kat dye her hair? We're gonna go see our friend Kat. Braid Cat's Tails. And ask her if she has any weird dreams. Bye! Indesar wishes you all a snowball-licious day. See you guys later. Bye! Oh, you can hear the droid in the background is done. Thank you so much. Bye!